Hello there, this is Retro's First Item, and this is Ridge Racer 64 on the Nintendo 64, although we're playing this on an analog 3D, so not original hardware. But anyway, this is the Nintendo 64 logo with its spinning N. This is the Namco logo with its redness. Nintendo Software Technology Corporation are involved in this, whoever they are. And this is a silhouette of a lady walking across the screen, segueing into a tracking shot of some fictional racing cars. This is Ridge Racer for the N64 people. This is the arcade and PlayStation game that we all know and love, transposed into Nintendo format. And there's the logo, Ridge Racer 64, with some beautiful singing. Lovely stuff. Yeah, it's an amalgam. This game is an amalgam of 3 or 4 different PlayStation games, and we have some on-cart saving, which is lovely. Load and save. We can change loads of display settings, including screen sizes. We can turn all the widgets on and off if we want to. We don't have to have a rear view mirror, but it's useful sometimes. So that's all well and good. And if I load my game, let's load a game. Slayer 1. It's not Player 1, it's Slayer 1. What an idiot. We should have some stuff unlocked. I haven't rinsed this game. I find it too difficult at the end. There's a few tracks at the end where you need to use the fast cars to win, and the game becomes like a crapshoot for me. Like, I've unlocked the White Angel car there. I've still got like, looks like 8 cars to unlock, and they become more uncontrollable and quicker the more you unlock them, which is okay if you've got the reflexes of a ninja, which I most certainly don't. We're playing a time trial here. This is the initial course in reverse, so that's kind of groovy. We've got music, which we're not used to in Ridge Racer, so not only have they changed the graphics, so the graphical themes at some levels have changed, some tracks. Like, you'll recognise the track layout, the visuals will have changed, and the music isn't as mad as the PlayStation originals. Which is a shame, because that's the music that makes it Ridge Racer, really. The music here isn't bad. They're not bad tunes. They're kind of dancey tracks, I suppose, which is a bit like the original, but the original PlayStation game had bonkers music, like, especially for the replay. That tune was crazy times. Plays smoothly, nicely controllable on the analog joystick, and overall, kind of nice collection of the best Ridge Racer tracks, or some of the best Ridge Racer tracks feel on N64. There's some original ones in here as well for this version, I believe. Well, ones I've not seen anywhere before, and they get increasingly windy and S-bending, and at high speeds become, for me at least, impossible to navigate. I'm not brilliant at this game, or Ridge Racer in general. They're kind of some of the tracks are just crazy designs. I just don't quite know how to approach them. But as you can see, we have tidy-ish graphics with a nice kind of detail level. There's very little pop-in, and there's actually very little slowdown in the game either, which is unusual for an N64 game. Though the replays at the end of the races do tend to have a couple of frame rate issues, but during gameplay you don't see any of that nonsense, no sir. It's not as blurry as every other N64 game, like a normal N64 game, which is nice. And we've got nice renditions of the classic Ridge Racer tracks. So all in all, I do like this game. Do be aware that it gets pretty damn hard later on. And if you've got a mode there which will unlock the cars as well on the title screen. So, sorry, on the options page, you land on the options page, there's loads of different games kind of modes, and one of them lets you unlock the cars. It's how you get your extra cars. You don't necessarily get them through racing in sort of standard championships. But we've got like the glowy tail lights from the Ridge Racer Type 4 game. I don't like what they've done to this mountain side on this track. It looked better than the original. It's kind of made it a bit boring looking. But yeah, the N64 cartridge, with its limited memory capacity, has done a pretty good job in variety and graphics, even if they do get a bit repetitive. We've got scan lines on here, and that only, in my opinion, helps N64 games. It doesn't necessarily help videos on mobile devices though, so I apologise if this is causing you visual pain on a mobile device. Should we turn the scan lines off? We've got the announcer. The announcer is very excited as usual. It's the dude from the, sounds like a dude from the B-52s. It's not him, it just sounds like him. He rammed a guy straight up the rear end there with my large car. And he's repaid me by cutting me up somehow by just sort of appearing in front of me. That's very annoying. Yeah, this game was only released on UK and American formats. I have the American cartridge here. It works fine on the Japanese N64. There's no region locking between those two systems. The PAL version has probably got fewer frames per second, so it's probably jerkier. I did have the PAL original back in the day. I remember it being good, but I'm just imagining it's got a slower frame rate than this, just because that's the way it kind of works. But yeah, this is the American version. It's minty. I paid sort of 25 quid for it when no one was interested in buying N64 games. I'm imagining now, because I haven't researched, that you're going to be paying more for it, because N64 games do seem to have gone up in price. If you want a loose cart, you can probably pick it up for about 20 quid, I would suggest. But boxed copy, sort of mini boxed copy, it's going to be big money. What you could do is get all of the PlayStation games on, say, the Japanese PlayStation, if you've got one of those, and it'll probably cost less than this cartridge for the N64. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ways to play Ridge Racer. I mean, you can download ROMs these days, can't you? I've been told by an ancient man who lives in a cave that ROMs might be the secret to working out whether you want to purchase a game or not, because they're so bloody expensive now. And it is always nice to own a physical item. I'm very much a physical fan, and but yeah, it's just a bit of a crapshoot spending, you know, 70 quid on a game that you may or may not like. Yeah, so maybe you could find a ROM somewhere, but I've got no idea where you'd find such things, and I don't necessarily condone them, but, you know, being practical, maybe it should be part of your armoury. That's all I'm saying. Right, we're gonna play a couple of tracks in this video. I do recommend this game. It's a quality, like all the Ridge Racer games I've ever played have been cool. Even the one on the 3DS. I mean, I haven't played all of them. I haven't played the ones that came out on the newer Xboxes. But I played one on the 3DS. That was kind of cool, but it wasn't Ridge Racer-y. It was a sort of a completely different feel, but it was an okay game. If you want classic Ridge Racer, you're looking at the PlayStation 1 and the N64. I do have Ridge Racer 5 with a PS2. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And it's just weirdly, like it's just weird. Like, it doesn't feel like Ridge Racer, and that's probably where it started to turn. So for me, classic Ridge Racers on the PlayStation 1, N64, Bob's your uncle, fan is your aunt. Get them on there, download some ROMs if you're uncertain whether you want to purchase them for the amount of money that they go for these days, and get yourself some Ridge action. It's a classic arcade game. You can even emulate the arcade game to some degree, I believe, which to me is voodoo. I don't know. Can you do that with Daytona as well? Probably. I've never even looked into it. I'm imagining you're going to need some sort of crazy supercomputer to run emulations of Namco arcade games and Sega arcade games, like Scud Race. You need some sort of planet-sized computational device to emulate those. But perhaps they are emulatable. We didn't think the Sega Saturn was going to be emulatable, did we? But hey, they managed it, so maybe a quick Google later. Maybe I'll see if you can get model pre-emulated. Oof, that'd be exciting, wouldn't it? No? Okay. Right. Enough talking about that nonsense. This is a Ridge Racer 64 video. Oh, you can unlock cars, you can race cars, you can slide down corners, you can do that against a time limit. Oh man, it's super exciting. Has this got multiplayer on it? I think you can play 2 players on this. I don't know, I'd have to look back at the title screen, but no one in my house, where I currently reside with my family, gives a flying fudge about Ridge Racer, so no one wants to play this against me. So it might have a 2-player option, but I don't know that for certain. Let's just pretend it has got one, so I don't look like a fool. And if it hasn't got one, don't mention it in the comments, because it's gonna put me on the spot and make me feel embarrassed, and I'll have egg all over my face. I'll have to eat humble pie. It's the equivalent of dropping your trousers in public when you didn't necessarily mean to, doing these videos and get information wrong. Because it's easily researchable. You can look on things like Wikipedia, or just play the game that you're talking about, and you can find out all the information that you need from there, I find. But having the memory of a goldfish doesn't help, so just help the aged and be kind to your fellow man. And with that, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to leave you alone now, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra. Bye!